Hi, my name is Nanan Changase and I'd like to share my literacy journey. I grew up speaking Xitsonga and that's the first language I learned how to read and write in. My early memories involves trying to make sense of storybooks and practicing writing Xitsonga both at home and at school. My literacy journey began in the foundation phase where I slowly learned how to read and write. I remember enjoying classroom activities that involves reading aloud or copying text from the board. That's where my love for reading began. My teacher, Mrs. Ngobeni NG, played a huge role in shaping my literacy development. She was patient and encouraging, and she helped improve my reading confidence. A book that had a lasting impact on me was Golul Tak Tak. It made me realize how powerful storytelling can be, and it deepened my love for reading. Over the years, I started reading more novels, both in Xitsonga and English. I started reading and writing school essays, diary entries, and reflections. Reading became a hobby and a way to escape into different worlds, while reading helped me express myself better. As a university student today, I use my literacy skills to complete assignments, read academic texts, and engage in class discussions. My literacy is essential for shaping my identity and success as a student. Thank you for listening to my story as it keeps shaping the person who I am personally and academically.
Good evening, good people. I am here to tell about my literacy journey. My literacy journey began at home, where my parents read bedtime stories for me, which sparked my imagination and my curiosity. I remember tracing the words with my fingers, eager to decode the mystery of letters and sounds. In primary school, a dedicated teacher, Mrs. Mukwena, noticed my love for storytelling and encouraged me to write my own short stories, which she proudly displayed on the classroom wall. That recognition made me believe in my voice. As I grew older, my reading shifted from simply storybooks to novels, articles, and academic texts. I used to read mostly for fun, but now I'm telling you, I also read to learn, to question, and to challenge ideas. Writing too changed from personal journaling to structured essays and reports that required clarity and critical thinking. My literacy journey has become like central to my academic life. As a student teacher, my literacy journey is deeply tied to academic life. My journey shapes how I will approach teaching and inspire learners to see literacy as a powerful part of their own storytelling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my own literacy journey. I thank you.
Hello guys, my name is Vukosi Vuma and today I want to introduce you to my journey of literacy. As a kid, I didn't know how to write and read at the same time. So as time went by, I started attending school at grade R where our teacher used to present a visual literacy whereby she portrayed a picture of an animal where we were taught letter by letter on how to write the name of the animal. So that taught us how to write words and letters. And then it went by whereby I was in grade 3, whereby my grandmother used to tell me stories about the culture or the tradition. She told us stories about how the culture, or rather stories of how her culture is. And as I was in grade 3, there was this certain books of readings whereby they had stories also in it. So As my grandmother used to tell me stories, I was encouraged to read those books. This made me to be interested in reading, and I got fluent in reading as time went by. And also my English teachers motivated us to engage in reading frequently. So our English teachers used to do this thing whereby they make us read prepared speech and unprepared speech in front of a class. This encouraged me to read more books, and I got to a point where I was able to be good or fluent in reading.
Hi everyone, my name is Tepiso Sitole, and I will be telling you about my literacy journey. My literacy began at a very young age because my mom used to read the Bible to me before I sleep. She used it as a bedtime story to me, and that contributed significantly towards me being interested in reading. Then in primary, I could not write until grade 4. I remember I couldn't write my name since grade 1 to grade 3. But with the help of my teacher, Miss Kathy, she insisted on helping me. She even did the house calls specially for me to be able to write. I still thank her till today. So this has changed me personally, because now I find myself being interested in writing stories and poems, and I also write my own songs. So the transition from primary to high school, I remember in high school the first time they gave us an assignment to write an essay. I was terrible at it, but I kept on pushing and pushing and pushing and asking the teachers how to write in a correct way. So then I became the master at work. Till today, I still use their technique, of which it works significantly and amazingly. I thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Cyril Zomakhai, and this is my reflection on my literacy journey, how reading and writing shaped who I am today, both personally and academically. The earliest memory of reading was with my mother, flipping through colorful picture books, and I remember being amazed by stories and slowly learning how words are formed. Then writing began with simple words and spelling drills, even though I loved expressing my thoughts on paper. One of the biggest influences on my literacy journey was my grade 2 teacher, Memolando. She gave me the motivation and the confidence to read and write more deeply and more creatively. Over time, my habits changed a lot. I went from reading for fun to reading more critically and with a purpose, especially for school. Writing evolved too, from simple assignments to essays, reflections, and even research papers. Today, literacy plays a central role in my academic life. Reading helps me understand complex topics and think critically, while writing allows me to communicate clearly and allows me to express my ideas. My journey has showed me that literacy isn't just about books, it's about growth, lifelong learning, and connection. Thank you for listening to my story.
Hi everyone, my name is Edwin Biganyo Palahadi, and today I'm going to tell you about my literacy journey and how it shaped the person that I am today. Well, it all started years ago when I was a little boy who had nothing to worry about and clueless about improving himself. During my foundation phase years, it wasn't really that hard because my teachers used our home language to teach us. But my problem started when it came to writing because I wasn't able to write my name down. In my grade 3, my handwriting was improved and I could write my name and some words down. But the real challenge came when I had to go to grade 4 doing my intermediate phase, because that was when I was exposed to English. So English was very hard for me. So I had to learn it. So I used so many strategies to learn English. I remember watching cartoons and I even told my parents to buy me books so that I can read simple words so that I could be fluent in English. In high school, my English was shaped and I could write, I could speak fluently to people, communicate with people. So reading and watching cartoons and soapies, movies helped to shape. So watching videos, cartoons, and reading helped to shape. Ah. So watching cartoons, reading books helped to shape my English because in high school I was able to communicate with people. Being able to read and write helped me to be where I am today because now I'm at varsity and I can write, I can read, I can communicate with people in English fluently. Thank you.